Hey guys, I am Tobie Puttock. I am a chef, cooking for 26 years, a long time cooking through Switzerland, Italy, London, running Jamie Oliver restaurants and writing 5 cookbooks and all sorts of stuff. But these days, I like wearing crab t-shirts. We've all heard of the cauliflower steak. It's on every trendy restaurant's menu. And when I was developing this recipe for this book, Supernatural, I tried to make cauliflower steaks about 80 different ways, including sous vide and blanching the cauliflower first. And then I actually came back to the easiest way, which I'm going to show you. So you start with a whole cauliflower, and we'll take the outer leaves off first. And I'll put the cauliflower on first because we're going to cook it from raw on a stovetop grill. You could do it on a flat top barbecue or even a pan if you wanted to. And then be really careful when you do this part of the recipe. If you go in too quickly, you basically break open that cauliflower and you won't have that beautiful steak. So generally with a cauliflower steak, you're going to get 2 good steaks out of it, and then you can take the remainder of the cauliflower and freeze it and use it for a later use, like cauliflower puree, cauliflower mac and cheese, cauliflower and potato bake, all sorts of things. So what I'll do is go about 1 inch in and go really slowly using a very sharp knife. And there we have an outer bit that we can reserve. Once again, go really slowly. And see how I'm using my fingers there to hold all that together. And then we get one big, beautiful cauliflower steak. So I'm going to be really careful, pop that to the side, and let's get another one. And there we have our second one. I learned a cool trick a little while ago from watching Gary Megan on the ad to a TV show where he cooked things in baking paper. So I've got 2 pieces of baking paper. What I first did was make sure the baking paper can envelope the cauliflower closed there. And this will do a couple of things. The first thing is it'll give us a protective barrier between the direct heat and the cauliflower itself, but it'll ensure that this doesn't stick, which isn't such a problem for the cauliflower, but can be a problem for things like fish, specifically salmon. And so cooking in the baking paper is fantastic for that because it allows you to use, for starters, less oil. For this, I'm going to use a little bit of sesame oil and just use my fingers or a pastry brush to rub it on, and then we can close that over, give a little bit of a push down, and we'll flip over on all the other side as well. So once you've got them done, be really careful the whole time here. State of the obvious, if you guys are cooking on a barbecue, you put the baking paper on there, you're gonna have a fire. So this is best done on like a flat grill or a stovetop grill like this one. While that's cooking away, we can make a sauce to go on this. And I'm gonna make the sauce today in a jar because I'm trying to be hip with my crab t-shirt. And we're gonna start there with some maple. You could do this in a food processor, of course. And you get some miso into there as well. Rice wine vinegar for some acidity. And I'm also gonna put some water in there too. So we'll blitz this up first, then we're going to season with the actual soy sauce. So I don't want to add it in right now, otherwise it might end up being too salty. Oh, so that right now, I can really taste the vinegar. It's acidy. Needs a little bit of that sodium in there, so we'll get some soy in there. And it's got loads and loads of flavour. Cauliflower itself does not have loads and loads of flavour. It's a great carrier for ingredients. So this will carry all of that 200 gram steak there, or 250 gram steak for us. That's got about 6 more minutes to go on it. I've got a nice clean chopping board. It's the way I like to cook. And so I can start to pull together the rest of this dish. So here, this is actually going to act as our sauce. We don't need to cook that out. I'm going to put that on the base of a plate, which reminds me I need to choose a plate. Cauliflower will go on top, and we need something to make this look beautiful and bring it together. So here I've got some toasted blonde sesame seeds and normal black sesame seeds as well. But I'm also going to get some nori into there, which will give a lovely texture and flavour to this as well. Luckily, I have 1 sheet of nori. So I'm going to cut this really finely, and to do that, I'll start by just rolling it over itself. Give it a little flatten, and then just take your time when you're doing this. We just want to run through it, and don't worry if it kind of crunches up. Okay, cauliflower is cooked. It's cooked for about 8 minutes each side, and I've been very gentle the whole way through. And I've got to say, looks awesome. So first of all, I'm just gonna pop it to the side there, and I'm gonna go the sauce straight on the plate. And then very carefully, cauliflower straight on top. And you could put the sauce over the cauliflower, but I think it's a shame to go to so much effort to keep those beautiful bar marks and all that beautiful color and caramelization we have there just to cover it up with the sauce. Now to pull this together, a generous amount of sesame seeds. They're the toasted ones. We'll go a few of these black ones also. And some of the julienne nori. And I guess the best part is to get a bit Jamie Oliver with this and just kind of sprinkle it around the outside. And there we have it. The best vegan steak you can possibly have. All natural ingredients and pretty good for you and super, super nice. And definitely a standalone dish in its own right. Grilled cauliflower steak with that miso sauce, sesame seed and nori. I hope you guys enjoyed the dish.